I really didn't want to have to make this video. Nintendo is one of those companies that you just think of it as family. At least for me, if you're a big Nintendo fan like me, it's like that. We Nintendo fans, we love Nintendo. We love the people in Nintendo. We like to think that they have our best interests in mind. And most of the time, I still like to think that they do. They do some weird stuff, some weird copyright stuff. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But they're not like the other companies, you know? They're not abusing the power of AI or doing mass firings and shutting down entire studios just because a game failed. Nintendo doesn't do that. To this day, they still make quality products that we trust, that we enjoy. The games are just top tier. Nintendo does the top tier games. We love Nintendo games. They're just the best. Especially their first party Mario, Zelda, Metroid. If you see like a mainline game in one of those series, it's basically guaranteed that it's gonna be a good game. I've never seen otherwise. So with all that context, it's just way more hurtful when they just mess it up, when they just do something that it's not good. $90 for a physical copy of Mario Kart. I was already going into the Direct expecting the new standard of $70 games, and yeah, during the Direct I didn't really think about anything because they just didn't mention it, probably because they know it's a bad thing. But yeah, I just had to find out by an introspective video later. $80 to $90 Mario Kart game. My commitment to this franchise and to Nintendo and to just Mario in general is just so big that there's not like a timeline where I'm not gonna buy this game. I just have to buy Mario Kart. I just can't live without it. I can't just be like, oh, it's very expensive, I'm not gonna buy it. I can't. It's my job as a big Nintendo fan and as a YouTuber. Yeah. So I'm really hoping I can just buy the bundle. In case you don't know, if you buy the bundle, the game is actually just $50. The Switch being $450, yeah, that's I mean, I wanted it to be $400, but that's not an entirely unreasonable price for the brand new, super powerful, amazing console that they're putting out. $450 price tag for the Switch itself, that's fine. The problem is Mario Kart. This cannot be a pattern. This cannot be the new thing that Nintendo's doing. Like I said, I was expecting them to go into the Direct and just say that their games are gonna be $70 now. And I was like, okay, they're trying to follow industry standards. Nintendo just doesn't want to get behind. This is a new standard that was set by other companies that are not them, but now they're setting a new standard. Almost $100 video game for no good reason. I think I saw a Doug Bowser quote that wasn't even for this, but it's for when the Zelda, the Tears of the Kingdom release, and he said that the price tag reflects what you will get in the game. Okay, like, I see that this game is huge and we're gonna spend a lot of time playing it, and it has probably a lot of content and many amazing things. It looks like the perfect game, basically, but no game is worth so much money. Especially if you're gonna do this again and again. This cannot be the new thing. I mean, as much as it sucks, I'm hoping this is at best like a one-time thing. They're just doing this to get money because it's the Mario Kart, and Mario Kart just sells consoles. So maybe they're banking on people buying the bundle, like, oh, see, if you buy the bundle, you will get the game for $30 less, which is a lot, but it's just insane that they're just doing this. The insane amount of goodwill that everybody had when they watched this incredible presentation with so many amazing games. All the goodwill just, I wouldn't say it's gone to zero, but it has gone down a lot. Yeah, it just feels like a betrayal because, like I said, I like to think that I know Nintendo and that they have my best interest in mind. To comfort myself, I actually created a new term. So Nintendo is a company. Companies are usually evil. So yeah, Nintendo is a company, they like making money. So what I want to celebrate is the artists behind the games, the very influential people that actually do the games and likes to make art by making those amazing games and likes to make people happy by making the best games that they can possibly do. So that's Nintendo. The other side is the corporate Nintendo that has all those suits, those people in suits in the top of a building, just in an Illuminati circle, just saying like, let's make money. So I came up with a term for that. Suitendo. Suitendo. So Suitendo is the bad side of Nintendo. Those are the people that we are gonna hate. We're gonna hate Suitendo. Nintendo is the artists, is the good people, the people that are doing the good work, that are doing the things we love, that made this amazing Mario Kart game, that made the amazing Donkey Kong game. And Suitendo are the people that put a $90 price tag in them. We know that the developers didn't do that. They didn't put that big price tag there. And I'm not trying to excuse Nintendo. That's why I made up the term. I want to hate the proper people, not the developers. I want to hate Nintendo. They need all the hate, they need all the criticism, because this cannot be what it is. Like I said, I really hope this is just a one-time thing to sell Switches, to, I guess, make people buy the bundle, so when you get the bundle, you get the console like confirmed, you know, and that's it. I hope that's it. But my biggest hope is that they'll just change this. They listen to our criticism and be like, yeah, we messed up. That's very unlikely, but a man can dream. Like I said in the beginning, Nintendo is different from all the other companies. There's no mass layoffs like Sony or Microsoft do with, you know, shutting down studios and laying off thousands of devs just because a game didn't do well. There's no major studio closures like EA or Microsoft just do all the time because games don't do well again. They don't do predatory microtransactions or gameplay mechanics in their games like fucking Ubisoft or NFTs or whatever. And they always focus on quality. They always focus on quality. Their biggest focus is delivering high quality product to us. Nintendo isn't perfect, but they still treat their games, developers, and customers way better than all the other big publishers today. And again, I'm not saying this to cope to cover for Nintendo. I'm saying this because this makes their decisions way more hurtful. It's always better for me to just think of Nintendo as the last bad of the giants of the industry, as the last bad option, as the one that isn't awful like all the other ones. This is a company that has so many franchises that are so important to me and so many other people. They're not just games, they're part of our memories, childhoods, and even our identities as people. I say that for me, but I'm sure a lot of people can identify. Wanting them to be better comes from a place of deep appreciation for what they've created. I know just how much magic their games can bring, and it's tough when business decisions just get in the way of that. I'm still hopeful that the fan backlash over things like the Mario Kart pricing will make them think twice in the future about things like this. But so, at the end of the day, the characters, worlds, and amazing artistry behind Nintendo games still shines through. I still believe the artists behind Nintendo, but I just wish that Nintendo would respect fans as much as Nintendo itself respects their craft. And one of the worst parts is I don't want Nintendo to fail. I want them to do good. I want them to succeed. I always wanted Nintendo to be the biggest, best gaming company in the universe. And I think they will be, but they really just have to walk away from decisions like this. I say something like this and I just think like, don't do this, don't do that. I don't want people to don't trust you anymore. It's an actual concern for me, for people to not trust this company that I love to death. And I mean Nintendo, not suit Nintendo. But at the end of the day, Nintendo is still too strong to just fall apart. Nintendo, the artists, they're not gonna lose our trust. Suit Nintendo kind of already has at this point. But if they just keep testing their fans' patience, we could really just see a slow decline in our goodwill. They really just need to be careful. People love Nintendo, but they just love the games and characters way more than the company itself. If they push too far, some fans would just start walking away. And that's exactly what I don't want. I love these franchises and characters so much that I just don't want them to fail. I want them to succeed as best as they can. And that for me is the biggest problem with these pricings. This is the biggest problem. It's a trust issue. So Nintendo just kind of broke our trust. And I'm really hoping they are able to regain it sometime. It's just really sad for me as a Nintendo fan. It should be just a time of being happy, being excited for the new games, but now I just have to worry about this. Yeah, it kind of sucks. So let me know if you agree. Subscribe please.